Ward on the sideline. Ward looking for the pass. Crosses a little bit too far out front of Stacey Gonzalez. Pennybaker shoots, and it goes over the net. That really could have been a goal.
A little lower, it would have been right in because she hooked it.
Absolutely.
So the Spartans keep the onslaught of shooting going. Notice on these goal kicks, they don't use Copale. The last couple.
Shackle with a nice pass to the corner to Russo. The cross will be coming. Actually, she fakes it. Wow. She faked the cross, went past the defender, glided past her. Made that look very easy, I would say.
Just weaved her way through everybody.
Shields to throw it in. Finds Russo. She didn't have that much help as Nitorp kicked it out of bounds, but it'll stay Spartan possession near their goal. Pennybaker shoots, and it's in the hands of Copale. Copale's kick is deep, going with the wind. Wind's heading southwest, I believe. Yep, southwest.
Seems like it, yeah. Pretty strong.
Feels good. Kelly Ward with the steal. Madison Cox has the ball, but before she begins her possession, it's a free kick for the Sharks. Spartans lead 3-0 with 12:40 remaining in the first half. I would say it's a pretty good start for the Spartans.
Definitely.
Jackal with a nice potential goal-saving header. Player down, unfortunately, for the Sharks. Let's see if she gets back up. Pennybaker running. She may turn this into a shot. She's pushed inside the penalty
and that
box.
was in the goal box. That was in the goal box.
And they responded. It's a penalty kick, penalty shot. Pennybaker looks to score the 4th overall goal for the Spartans today.
I could tell it was a big because Wade got riled up there when it happened. He knew what had happened. So Pennybaker with the shot from 13 yards out. Four goals on the year.
She shoots and scores off the crossbar. Inside the goal. Could have gone either way. It's either in or out off the crossbar, and it went in. Lucky bounce. It turned out to be her best friend there. 4-0 Spartans off the penalty shot.
Hit the crossbar, bounced in, So even if Copale made the right choice, that was so far to the side that even a diving attempt on her part, she probably wouldn't have gotten out that far, and then she was just at the mercy of the kick off the bar, and it goes in. 5 goals on the year now for Pennybaker. Now with 16 points on the year.
And as a result, she gets subbed out for Ariel Gonzalez. That makes it 3 Gonzalez's on the field. So it'll be a goal kick, looks like, for free guard. 11:30 remaining, approximately. First half, 4-0 Spartans. Wow, that is not something we see every day when it comes to soccer.
Four goals in 35 minutes. So pretty much punching one through every 9 minutes. By the way, on Thursday, the Spartans had the Athletic Hall of Fame banquet here on campus at the Vaughn Center. They inducted 10 individuals. I'll bring up their names in the second half and tell you how they got inducted. Florida Orthopedic, for all you Spartans fans, did you know our team has its own official orthopedic positions? Let's give a big shout out to Dr. Seth Gasser and Florida Orthopedic Institute and their sports medicine team for keeping our players safe and providing athletic training services and medical care to University of Tampa student athletes.
Gonzalez pushed. Ariel Gonzalez, I should say. It's hard to just say Gonzalez when there's three of them. So Ariel Gonzalez pushed along the sideline. Unfortunate for the Spartans. The Sharks get the ball back. Spartans kicked it out of bounds off a deflection. So here it goes. Another possession for the Sharks. They have it on the left corner sideline. The pass is intercepted by Jackal. The clear attempt goes out of bounds for the Spartans. It'll be Sharks ball past midfield.
And we'll tell you about Pizza Hut. Give them a call. Pizza Hut locally at 251-3399. Get your pizza delivered to UT today. It's not too far from here. And as we said, you're watching this game on TampaSpartans.tv. And if you're in the Tampa area, support a lot of our local sponsors, as many as you can. Got a lot of restaurants, a lot of hotels. And we've got some new ones we'll mention today as well. The Crown Plaza offers business travelers high levels of comfort, service, and amenities. Visit Crown Plaza Hotels and Resorts. It is the place to meet. First corner kick of the day for Nova Southeastern.
The corner kick is up. And wow, that was pretty
dangerous,
close.
Yeah. Freegard tried to get her hand up there and it went just over her. Fortunately, it was beyond the far goal post and went out of bounds.
Subbing in for Nova Southeastern, number 24, Wang, for number 10, Lely.
Spartans now with 14 shots, 10 on goal, and obviously 4 goals at this point. Nova Southeastern, no shots. 1 shot now. They just gave 1. It was not on goal. Copale, 6 saves already. Carolyn Freegard, none.
For number 28, Russo.
Olsak substitutes in, gets substituted in for Russo, so Russo getting a breather. And that's okay. They're up 4-0. They can relax for the time being until another goal is scored. Let's say they go into halftime up 4-0. You got to be happy with that.
You should be happy with any lead, yeah. But in soccer, it's hard to score. And anything you can put over a goal just makes it that much tougher on the other team. Sports Authority provides a wide assortment of quality brand name sporting goods, so when it comes to sports and fitness equipment, no one has more authority. Sports Authority, dedicated to you and helping you take your game to the next level.
Rommel with the free kick. It's up off the head of Candace Shields. Very impressive. She timed that jump very, very well.
Regard, nice dive. Got
Wow.
that one out of harm's way.
I paused for a moment because it seemed like the ball was headed off of 4 different people.
Right.
So the Spartans were the winners there. Ariel Gonzalez up the sideline. She may get beat. Yes, she does. But it will be not even a free kick. Looks like Copale just decided to kick it away without picking it up. Makes sense, given the situation she was in. She had to rush it. So Shields will throw it in right around midfield. Ariel Gonzalez pushed. They're both hurt.
South Nova player down. Ariel's holding her head. That's about the 5th Nova Southeastern player to go down and get up slowly.
That's her 2nd time down.
This one brings a trainer out. Legacy Promotions. The group is committed to bringing the hottest new events, themes, and concerts to the Tampa Bay area. Legacy strives to create events everyone will remember and memories they will never forget. And the Courtyard by Marriott, simply refreshing, located at 3805 West Cypress, Tampa, Florida.
Subbing in for Nova, number 16, Carlson, for number 9, Niedermeyer.
Carlson checks in for Niedermeyer for the Sharks. Chelsea Martin's in. She brings the much-needed speed for the Spartans to get out in the open and have those goal attempts. Shot attempts. Regard. Kick reaches Ariel Gonzalez, is quickly stolen by the Sharks. They're just trying to get past midfield, but the Spartans' defense is very tight, and I think they've been able to, they don't need to clog the offensive side of the field. They can stay back and play a conservative game from this point forward.
It's been a typical Spartans women's game that we've seen. Again, we said the field is it's downhill toward the other team's goal, and it just seems like that's the way the Spartans are playing. The ball just rolls down toward the other team's goal.
Chelsea Martin with an excellent hustle. Ball goes out of bounds off of her knee, but she prevented a pass that could have gone deep down the field. She did it again. Very nice hustle. As I was speaking, 2 good deflections to prevent passes that would advance.
Takes away any fast break.
Absolutely. It would have advanced the Sharks pretty deep into the offensive side of the field. 3:48 left in the first half. The score, 4-0 Spartans. One shot on goal for the Sharks. They're going to be looking to change that and add to the total. Randy Gonzalez on the sideline, kicks it off of a Shark. That was McCusker. McCusker with a nice kick, nice push. Oh, I guess it was not really a push off. She battled for the ball.
Positioning.
Yep. Speaking of maneuvering, my new intramural basketball team name is the Heinrich Maneuver.
Well, let's hope that means you don't choke too often then.
Right. Absolutely. Named after the legendary Kirk Heinrich.
He's still playing with the Bulls, isn't he?
He is.
I was reading that Doug McDermott is playing pretty well for the Bulls, and they may give him a couple starts in the preseason, see if he could work his way in the lineup.
It's very possible. They need to shoot more, the Bulls. More outside shots.
Well,
like what the Spartans do.
The one thing I've seen in the NBA is when they draft the big gunners from recently from the college ranks, they haven't really panned out. They've just, Adam Morrison, some people like that. There was another one, I think, at West Virginia. But I know Morrison for sure.
Joe Alexander.
Yeah.
Former Milwaukee Buck.
Never got his feet on the ground there.
No.
McDermott may be just that special player, though, a little bit different.
Seems to be the best out of that list, despite being drafted behind Adam Morrison. McDermott was good for 4 years. 3 years. I think it was 4 years.
Well, he stayed all 4.
Yep. Miranda Gonzalez with a nice kick.
1 minute on the clock.
The cross, however, a little bit too far to the right. Nobody there. As the time is down to 50 seconds in the first half. They're just going to take their time. The Spartans, they have it in their defensive side, defensive zone. No urgency really needed with 30 seconds, but wouldn't surprise me if they did have urgency here. Try to get one more shot up. But the time of possession really lopsided still. It's been common for the Spartans. And it's not that the Sharks have done a bad job. It's just that the Spartans are playing their game, their style, and
right.
They have the lead. The momentum's on their side right now.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that concludes the first half. Like I said, not the start that the Sharks really had hoped to have, but for the Spartans, I would say that was.
Spartans have to be real happy with this one. First half stats. Spartans with the 4-0 lead. 14 shots today. 10 of them on goal. Freegard has had to make just one save for Nova Southeastern. 2 shots, 1 on goal. Copail has had to make 6 saves in the game. Spartans with 3 corner kicks. 1 for Nova Southeastern. 2 offsides on the Spartans, none on Nova Southeastern. The scoring summary for the game today. At 15:44, a header goal by Cece Gonzalez, assisted by Miranda Gonzalez. It was the 14th of the season. Spartans went up 1-0. Then Miranda Gonzalez with an assist by Kaylee Ward. It was Miranda's second goal of the season, 2-0. The Spartans in the lead at that point. And then a goal by Gabby Russo, assist to Miranda Gonzalez as well, goal number 3 of the season. And Amber Pennybaker on a penalty goal kick picked up her 5th goal of this season. And the Spartans have a 4-0 lead at the end of the half. About a 15-minute break for halftime. And we'll take a break as well and be back for the start of the second half. Tampa Spartans leading Nova Southeastern 4-0. And we're just about ready for the start of the second half. Women's soccer from Pepin Stadium on the campus of the University of Tampa. The Tampa women's team leading Nova Southeastern 4-0 after the first 45 minutes. Cece Gonzalez picking up a goal at the 15:44 mark. Her sister Miranda Gonzalez a goal at 20:08, and at 24:36 Gabby Russo with a goal and assist by Miranda Gonzalez. She also assisted on her sister's goal. And Amber Pennybaker on a penalty goal kick rounded out the scoring at 13:46 of the first period. And that's where we sit at 4-0. The Spartans on top of this game. Spartans have been known to put up some pretty big numbers, but this is even beyond what they normally pick up because they average 3.15 goals a year. Jack Ike along with Greg Traver. Wayne McGee running the camera in living color. Talked to Wayne a little bit at halftime, and he played on the men's lacrosse team that made the NCAA Final Four, the championship game. You know, someone corrected me the other day and said I can't refer to the Final Four for any other sport other than basketball, that it's trademarked.
Wow.
So it's the semifinals. Greg, we're underway with the second half. Take it away.
Well, it's hard to capitalize on a more interesting point than that, because that was something I didn't even know. I'm a big college basketball fan. As the Spartans women's soccer team gets underway for the second half, things are looking good for them.
A friend of mine, play-by-play veteran, did I think it was NCAA, an event last spring, and they said make sure you do not say it's the Final Four. That is just for basketball. Now I know hockey has trademarked the Frozen Four, but I didn't know Final Four was just basketball. So he was instructed it's the semifinals. But he was doing an NCAA broadcast, and I'm sure it's happened many times before anyway.
Well, the Spartans up 4-0. Things are looking favorable for them. They've earned the right to feel pretty confident at this point in the match. A lot has to happen to give up the 4 goals without scoring. You know, they're up 4. The Sharks really have to be dialed in, be in sync with their passes and shooting to lead to scoring. But the Spartans may play more conservative at this point. They may not need to necessarily attack ferociously on offense like they've been.
You know, I don't know if they play more conservatively, but maybe experiment on some things, try some player combinations that you haven't before.
Yeah, maybe more bench involvement, players off the bench, who sometimes see minutes but could see an increased amount of minutes, increased role in the second half. Pennybaker has Russo. And that makes sense if they do more experimental plays, try new things. This is a good time to practice as they have a significant lead. Nothing to lose. If you're up, let's say, 4-2, then you start playing your normal game. But you could get a few minutes in of experimenting new things.
Yeah, as we mentioned earlier, the Spartans now, adding in today's goals, have outscored their opponents 45-9 this year. I mean, they're giving up less than a goal a game, and they outshoot them by almost 4-1. And today is no exception. The Spartans already with 14 shots on goal to just 2. So, you know, it's a chance to get some more players out on the field. And you look at the playing time for players, and there's a lot of players with a lot of minutes.
Russo on deep into the offensive zone. Throws it into Pennybaker. And she loses it. Ball goes out of bounds.
You know, just to give you an idea on some playing time, there have been 1,210 minutes this year. And I'll hold that thought for a second. 1,210 minutes this year of playing time, and Lauren Moore has 1,080. Madison Cox, who we haven't even mentioned today, 1,131. So she's played all but 80 minutes this year. And Cece Gonzalez just over 1,000 minutes.
It's impressive.
Actually, her sister's played 100 more minutes this year.
Well, there is more sprinting, I would say, on offense. So more of a break needed, maybe? I don't know.
I think it looks like I think the Spartans have changed goalies too.
Yes.
All of a sudden, I didn't see the bright green shoes from Freegard. Sydney Ross on the year. This is her 5th game of the year. She's already had 131 minutes, so a little over 2 hours of playing time this year. Given up just 1 goal. Also has credit for 1 save this year. So she's seen 2 shots.
Subbing in for Nova, number 11, Hauschild for number 27, Estido.
So we talked about experimenting, trying some different players. They go with one right out of the gate here.
Ross with the goal kick. 39 minutes remaining. 6 minutes into the half. We haven't seen the Spartans ever let up, you know? Really haven't. As Russo's racing down the sideline, she's advancing. Nice move. She could shoot here or pass. Let's see what she does. Instead, none of the above. It was cleared.
She just slalomed her way between 2 or 3 players. I've seen that move a couple times where it looks like she's getting set up with a cross. And then she pulls it back and works for a little better opportunity. Copale, though, still in goal for Nova Southeastern.
To tell you the truth, I can't say she's had a poor performance.
Copale?
Yeah.
No, I mean, she's made a bunch of big saves already with 6. And, the goals against, a penalty kick where it hits the crossbar and angles in. The only one that maybe she could have saved was Miranda Gonzalez hooking it in just inside the left crossbar, but she tucked that one in so tight and had kind of shielded the shot before she took it. The other ones were the Spartans got in front of players, and it was 1 against the goalie.
She's had a good performance. I can't take that away from her. It's a lot to ask when you face some of the top scorers in the conference with the Spartans.
Without defenders helping.
That's right. Russo up the sideline. Give and go, it looks like. Maybe not. Penny Baker. The ball off of Penny Baker. Out of bounds. Throw in for the Sharks. And the Sharks have some bench players in the match right now. So while they are going to stay competitive, they've refreshed their lineups and made some changes to it. Vives, Schumacher, Carlson, Wong, Rommel, and Justido all subbed in. So 6 in, 6 out. Maybe the new set of fresh legs was a part of the game plan if they consider themselves down by too much. But I think it's never too much when you enter the second half. A lot could happen.
Nova has used about 5 more players than the Spartans have used. So I think that'll probably even up as the game goes on.
Randy Gonzalez, nice pass to Pennybaker. Pennybaker tries to pass it right back to Russo. And the Sharks have a pretty good position. Or they did. Goes off, softly off the legs. The foot of Nitorp.
One of their best opportunities. But Ross able to come out and scoop it up before any further damage. Jersey Mike's subs, the authentic taste, served Mike's way. Everything about Jersey Mike's is high quality. It's what makes Jersey Mike's the most authentic tasting submarine sandwich available. It's located less than a mile from campus, just down the street from here, 2121 West Kennedy Boulevard.
Pennybaker draws a penalty kick. Whistle blown. It'll be Ward.
Ward shielding her eyes, kicking right into the sun.
Russo almost with the shot. She was well defended.
That time, Copale went up to make the save, and one of her teammates headed it away from her and actually kept the ball alive. Walter's Press Box on Southdale Mabry is Tampa's original sports emporium and eatery, serving Tampa for more than 20 years. The Press Box is Tampa's favorite place to watch the big game and party. We show all NFL games with 5 big screens and 23 screens total. So if you want to see a sporting event in North America, you can see it at the Press Box, 222 Southdale Mabry. I have a feeling it'll be packed tonight about 8 o'clock.
Oh, right,
Pretty
absolutely.
big football game
yes.
tonight.
I was thinking for a second, I'm like, oh, yeah. Florida State and Notre Dame.
Which I think FSU will win handily.
Really?
Yep. Though I think at some point, off-the-field stuff's got to catch up with Jameis Winston's ability to just get it out of his mind on game day.
Right. There's been a lot of speculation about him signing autographs. They're looking into...
There's no doubt he signed them.
Oh, absolutely. They're looking into if he was paid to do so. It's hard to say that the home team won't win in situations like this where two teams are so highly ranked. Having that home advantage is really going to help Florida State, even though Notre Dame seems to be the better team going into tonight. Sharks around midfield. Spartans really are controlling the time of possession stat. Sharks advancing. She shoots, and wow, what a diving stop by the backup goalkeeper, Ross. Wow, best opportunity of the day, hands down for the Sharks, and that really could have gone in to connect for their first goal of the match. Moore had a good opportunity with Russo running up the sideline. Russo's pushed, gets back up, Shields will throw it in. And the substitution horn has been blown. Ward out. And Ward out, Raymond in. That was confirmed. Just over 31 minutes remaining in the match. Jackal finds Raymond, but before it gets to Raymond, it's stolen. Sharks racing up the sideline. They have a nice break. Except the pass goes out of bounds, which means the break comes to an abrupt end.
Yeah, that derails the effort.
Shields to Russo. Russo, nice way to shake off her both defenders. Wow, she has some operating room. More to Cece Gonzalez. Cece tries to get out of the tightly defended territory. She basically had a double team on her. Raymond on the advances inside the box, but loses it. The clear by the Sharks goes out of bounds. Spartans, luckily for them, get the ball right back.
This is it's about 2 minutes after, but right about the time the Spartans scored their first goal in the first half. And just looking at the defense that Nova Southeastern's putting out there here in the second half, they just seem to they've dropped more people back into the goal box than they had in the first half, and just made it a little bit tougher for the Spartans to operate.
Raymond with a beautiful pass to Pennybaker, but the whistle's blown. It's an offsides. We've seen that happen.
Yeah. The last game we did, we had Alex here who was running camera, who played for a couple years ago, and you and I and she were discussing ways, actually she heard us discussing ways to bring more scoring into the game of soccer, and she said, then you don't know soccer if you want more scoring. You don't understand the art of soccer. And
right. It's more exciting for the fans.
She basically said I was an ugly American who wanted more who needs to be rewarded more often with things.
Right. Absolutely.
So she was basically saying, don't mess with the purity of soccer. Which is when we bring up this offsides, we're like, why not allow it? If a team wants to put a player back, then you should have a player back to guard them.
Right.
But she said, you don't understand the game of soccer if you want to try to find ways to bring more scoring in.
She has a point. Every sport is unique in their own way.
Mm-hmm. Americans like scoring, though.
Yes. More times to cheer. And more conversational topics to talk about with their friends after the game.
Yep.
Nice pass by Cece Gonzalez. Raymond in the corner. And her intended pass for Pennybaker was deflected out of bounds.
Should get the Spartans the corner kick.
Looks like it.
Russo's heading over. We're 18 minutes into the second half. Spartans have no shots this half. So, Greg, I think you may be right that they have gone a little more conservative. Oh,
looks like a handball.
Yeah, great header by the Spartans. Deflected away. No handball called. I guess maybe it was off the shoulder. But that was close. If that player wouldn't have been standing there, it would have been a goal.
Shields with a nice throw and a Pennybaker. Pennybaker to Moore. Moore's shot looked like a pass, but it was a shot. And Pennybaker chases after it, but that's what I thought. It was going to be the Sharks' ball. That's why Pennybaker was running after it. Initially, it was called Spartans' ball, but the right call was made. It's Sharks get the ball. Jackal no more. Definitely less offensive action going on for the Spartans. Could be that they've had that they're given less opportunities by the tight defense of the Sharks this half. Very tight defense.
Yeah, I think the Sharks have put more players back once the Spartans start getting into attack mode and just made it harder. It made real estate a very premium thing.
Russo gets out of the double team.
But I think the one constant so far in both halves is most of the play has been down at the Sharks' goal end. You can see some shadows overtaking the left end of the field. Men's game coming up at 7 o'clock, and most of the field should be bathed in shadow at that point. Yellow card coming out, as I think
Yellow card, Nova, number
Gonzalez got knocked down. We already saw Amber Pennybaker get knocked down in the goal box and got the penalty kick and scored. Now a free kick for the Spartans.
Shot on goal off a bounce. And Kopel's there to scoop it up. 25 minutes on the button. 4-0. Spartans, nothing has changed in terms of lead. But the Sharks definitely have been more involved on offense and less protective of their net. They know that they need to score soon in order to make this enticing. Pennybaker racing down the... Has Cece Gonzalez, she shoots, and she just goes wide. Wow. That could have been her second goal.
Great play by Pennybaker to set her up and just kicked it wide. By a foot. Good job by the Kopel to force the angle and make her go to that side. Again, notice they don't have Kopel with the goal kick here. Embassy Suites downtown. They're connected via Skybridge to the Tampa Convention Center. Embassy Suites offers a convenient location close to dining and entertainment in downtown Tampa, right in the heart of downtown. It's just a few blocks from campus. Come stay in luxury at 513 South Florida Avenue, downtown Tampa. And Pepsi, if you're thirsty, grab a Pepsi. Pepsi's been bringing fun and refreshment to consumers for more than 100 years.
Players are taking time with their substitutions. Some new faces into the match. And actually some of Nova Southeastern starters have entered the match. So they had a breather for about 22 minutes. So they're back in the action. Free kick. Goal kick. Well, free kick, right, because it's not the goalkeeper, Kopel. Defensive.
That's been their modus operandi all game.
Right.
The campus bookstore, all your needs in one spot. Stop by and grab the latest UT gear. Need a snack on the run? Drop into the campus bookstore. Everything UT in one place. It's located in the Vaughn Center. and the Sheridan Riverwalk. For downtown convenience, luxury, and UT rates, contact the Sheridan Riverwalk Hotel. I mentioned earlier in the first half that the University of Tampa inducted 10 new members to the Athletic Hall of Fame, and they honored a national championship team. The event was held on Thursday evening at the Vaughn Center. Person we're very familiar with, Greg Bowdler, who serves as the PA announcer, served as the MC. Among the speakers were UT Athletic Director Larry Marfis, as Facilities Director Jerome Fulton gave the invocation. Inductees included Shannon Atkin, women's soccer, Eric Beatty, baseball, David Dion, baseball, Tom Graham's men's soccer, Jim Kiner, men's swimming, Rennie Martinez, baseball, Jesse McDowell, women's basketball, and Milana Winskis, women's soccer. Contributors included former men's soccer player and coach Keith Folk and current cross-country and track head coach Jarrett Slavin. UT alumni and area high school baseball coaches John Crumbly, Pop Cuesta, Jim Macaluso, and Frank Permy received the Sam Bailey Lifetime Achievement Award. And UT also inducted the 2001 NCAA Division II National Champion men's soccer team. So, nice ceremony just 2 days ago over here at the Vaughn Center. 10 new members to the Tampa Sports Hall of Fame.
Russo with the corner kick. It's up and deflected back by the Sharks. Defense is now loaded on offense for the Spartans. I think we've seen a change of that. Now their defense is loaded on the offensive front. It's already making it harder for the Sharks to get past that wall around midfield. Russo shakes off her defender. Looks like this could be a shot. Nice pass. CC Gonzalez shoots and scores! Second goal of the match. Wow. Second goal of the match. That's 15 on the year. CC Gonzalez makes it 5-0.
Right place, right time.
CC Gonzalez, like you said, Jack, seems to be in the right place at the right time, often. Goal kick for Copail, but she gives it right back to the defenseman. That's McCusker.
So Gonzalez, 15 goals on the season. The assist to Gabby Russo. Russo with a goal and an assist. Gonzalez now with 2 goals on the day. Miranda Gonzalez with a goal and 2 assists. And Amber Pennybaker with a penalty kick goal.
And there was a good opportunity by the Sharks as a long kick was headed off of Palm's Child, but it goes just wide of the net. So not quite on target, but it was very close in that it just went wide. Goal
This is
kick.
the, sorry about that. That's the third game this year, fourth game now, that the Spartans have scored 5 or more goals. 5-0 start the season, a win over Carson Newman. Then they had a 7-0 win over Southeastern Florida, 14-0 win over Georgia Southwestern, and now today's game 5-0 with 17 minutes to go. You want to call the dagger on that goal?
Absolutely.
All right, okay.
Dagger alert.
Again, a men's game coming up after this. Spartans against Nova Southeastern men. 7 o'clock, the scheduled start time. Next up for the women will be a game on Tuesday against Eckerd. And that'll be a solo match at 7 o'clock, not a doubleheader. Looks like Pennybaker's day is done.
Subbing in for Tampa is number 26, Gonzalez, for number 16, Pennybaker, and for Nova, number 22, Kaufman, for number 16, Carlton.
There was a whistle blown, but instead it'll be is it a free kick? Yes, it is. It's a free kick. Madison Cox will take it. Has an open Miranda Gonzalez. Has Lauren Moore on the sideline. The cross, not quite there, but Jacko retreats and has possession of it. Russo with the cross.
Oh.
And it was just over the heads of Cece Gonzalez, and that was Raymond.
Spartan men come into the next game 7-4-2 on the season. Though just 1-3-1 in conference play, but they are riding a 2-game unbeaten streak. They beat Barry on the road 1-0, and then had a 2-2 draw with Florida Southern. So that's good to see that on the road they picked up a win and a draw. We mentioned the women will play Eckerd on Tuesday. Or I should say that's a Wednesday night game. The men will play Eckerd on Tuesday. So instead of a doubleheader, they just play Eckerd on back-to-back nights. Men first, women second.
Shields the throw-in. Jackal with the kick. And it will be kicked out of bounds, cleared by the Sharks. Russo will throw it in. They're beyond midfield. And Cox just kicked it deep into the hands of Copale, who will kick it. The Spartans will get it back, I think. Yes. Cox has Lauren Moore. She retreats. Jackal back to Lauren Moore. Miranda Gonzalez has some operating room, as I've said a lot tonight. She seems to be at the right place at the right time. She shoots, and diving is the goalkeeper, Copale. Ball's up for grabs. Sharks kick it back. And it goes out of bounds. It'll be a
Copale gave up the rebound again. I think that was Gonzalez who had a chance for it as well. Miranda not afraid to take that shot out there. And, look what happened. She scored a goal earlier today, and good things happened there as it came bouncing off on a rebound.
Russo has room. Will she shoot? Nice dribble move. Nice retreat.
She might have waited a little too long to get that shot and then didn't get it.
As Nova Southeastern has a shot. And they score. Wow, what a nice goal by Nova Southeastern. That gives them their first goal of the match. Oh, wow, it was called back.
Call offside?
Wow, that was offsides.
You know what happened is the Spartans actually coughed it up. They were trying to kick it back to Ross, and they didn't give it enough oomph. And the Nova Southeastern player was able to come get it, but it looked all pretty legit.
I think they're counting it.
Yeah, I thought it looked pretty legit. It was just a mistake on the Spartans to give up a soft pass like that, kicking it back to Ross.
Goal Nova Southeastern, number 10, Sierra Lely.
Sierra Lely with the road team
and then
goal.
Then just good work by Nova Southeastern to punch it through.
Very impressive goal. She had operating room, pulled the ball back, faked a defender, had a clear shot, clear path towards the goal.
That's where you're glad you were up 5-0 when that happened.
Right. That wasn't even a mistake. That was a hard-earned goal. And the Sharks had a nice job redeeming themselves in this performance to some level. Some nice passing. This looks like a whole new Sharks team in this half.
Maybe too little, too late, though. Or I would say, no doubt, too little, too late.
Yes.
But they have played much better.
The throw in. Beyond midfield. Sharks look to push for another goal. Play for pride a little bit. The more goals, the better.
No doubt about that. I mean, that's the mark of a team that's got its head in the game, that they don't just give up with 10 minutes to go, that they keep trying, keep improving. You may not win the game, but you're going to be a better player for it. Ross playing a little game of keep away.
It looked like how my dogs did that earlier. Hide the toy from one another.
I dare you to get it. I dare you.
And I still can't see who shot that because the numbers never... Okay, I think that was Ward. Yep, that was Ward. Ward shot it wide. She curved it a little bit too far to the right. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but pretty close. But no cigar.
Russo just works her way.
Russo may get a shot out of this. She's dribbling a little bit too much. She has great creativity with those moves. But I think she could have had 2 shots off if not for the extra move and the last 2 times she's had the ball. But with this type of lead, you could try things, and that's experimental.
Spartans had 14 shots in the first half, average about 12 per half, 24 a game. So they had a little bit more than their average, but now sit at 19, so they're just a little bit under their average, but they haven't had to put shots on goal. But, you know, normally they shoot just a little under 50% of their shots are on goal. Today it's well above. They've shot 19 times, 13 on goal. Goalkeepers have had to make just 2 saves, one to Freegard and one to Ross.
Free kick for Rommel. It's up and at midfield. Spartans get it back.
You can kind of see a shadow line now stretching a little bit over midfield. Most of the left side of the field in shadow. Sunset right now, about 7:10 in the evening, so a few minutes into the men's game. We'll be having the lights take over, supplying the brightness on the field, not the sun. You may be able to see in the background the men's team just the other side of the running track, getting ready. They're doing more work in their pregame warm-ups than I would like to do at any point for an entire workout. And they haven't even come over to the field yet to do their real pregame warm-up.
Amazing. Sharks now hustling. They're really doing a good job of creating space. This may result in a shot. Instead, they pass it, and it's stolen by the Spartans. Russo passes it back to Cox, and they may just play keep away to this point.
You know, a week from today, the women will take on Rollins right here at Pepin Stadium. Rollins sitting atop the conference standings at 5-1. If the Spartans can win, which they will today, and then win again on Tuesday or Wednesday, they'll be just 1 game out of first place. Though Barry at 4-0 still has yet to lose in conference play. Let's see if this Barry is already off the Spartan schedule.
Subbing in for Tampa, number 11 Harmon, for number 8 Jackal, and number 16 Pennybaker for number 28 Russo.
So Pennybaker's day was not done. Comes in with 3.5 minutes to go in the game.
Nice move by Cece Gonzalez behind the back kick.
There are 3 other conference games going on as we speak. Florida Southern at Florida Tech, Berry at St. Leo, and Rollins is at Eckerd. So if St. Leo can come up with a win and knock Berry out of the nice save by Ross. St. Leo can knock Berry out of the ranks of the unbeaten. And Eckerd could take down Rollins. The Spartans are sitting in pretty good shape.
The Sharks throw it in. Deep into their offensive territory they go. But Miranda Gonzalez is able to maneuver and pass it off of a deflection by the Sharks. That means that Spartans will keep the ball. 1 minute left. Shouldn't matter whose ball it is right now. The Spartans have a 4-goal lead, 5-1, as the match comes to a close, but there's still 50 seconds remaining. Sharks have been on the offensive side of the field a lot for a large margin of the last 5 minutes. So you're showing some late aggressive play. Penny Baker's still hustling. She's playing like it's the first minute of the match.
Spartan volleyball team beat West Florida today 3-1, number 1 ranked team in the nation.
"12 seconds remaining on the clock. We saw a good display on offense of offense from the Spartans. They've had some solid shots, and they had some great defense in the second half to prevent the Sharks from getting close to scoring and cutting the deficit to a smaller margin.
Nice win for the Spartans today.
And with a final score of 5-1, Tampa wins the game. Make sure you stick around.
Runs the Spartans' record to 10-2-2, 4-2 in the Sunshine State Conference. For Nova Southeastern, they fall to 4-6 overall, 1-5 in the Sunshine State Conference. Scoring summary in his 5-1 win for the Spartans, Cece Gonzalez picked up the first goal on a header, assist to her sister Miranda Gonzalez. That was the 14th goal of the season by Cece at the 15:44 mark. Less than 5 minutes later at 20:08, Miranda Gonzalez equaled her sister's scoring. Assist by Kaylee Ward. That was goal number 2 of the season for Miranda. And then at 24:36, Gabby Russo with an assist by Miranda Gonzalez. For Russo, her 3rd goal of the season. And then at 32:46, Amber Pennybaker with a penalty goal kick. Goal number 5 on the season. That was the way the first half ended, 4-0. The Spartans scoring 4 goals in a 17-minute period. Second half, Spartans with 1 goal by Cece Gonzalez. The assist to Gabby Russo. 15th goal of the season for Cece. That was at the 70:54 mark. And at 77:59 on a An errant pass by the Spartans, picking up a goal for Nova Southeastern, was Sierra Lely, and she picked up her 8th goal of the season. That made the final score 5-1. So, Greg, the Spartans pick up their 10th win of the season, 4th win in the conference, and we'll have Rollins coming in for a big game next Saturday as well.
That was a very impressive win for the Spartans to take care of business yet again at home after a tough road loss at Barry 2 matches ago. That should be out of the heads of the Spartan players as they've won 2 consecutive matches. And they have a nice home stretch of matches, a nice stretch of matches at home this week, and should be concerned about the next one.
Shots today, 20 for the Spartans. They had 14 on goal. 3 saves on the day for the Spartans. 1 to Freegard. She didn't have to do a lot of goal saving today. Sydney Ross had to make 2 saves. 12 fouls by the Spartans. Spartans had 6 corner kicks and 3 offsides. For Nova Southeastern, they had 6 shots, 4 of them on goal. 9 saves on the day for Copiale. 11 fouls, 1 corner kick, no offsides on the day. You just look at the fact the Spartans had 3 offsides. They just had the opportunities and took advantage of most of them, but they had just a couple of them that were just a little bit too close. So the Spartans win it 4-1, or 5-1, I should say. Run to 10-2-2 on the year, and will be back in action on Wednesday evening.
Eckerd's next.
When they take on Eckerd right here at Pepin Stadium. This was the first of 4 straight road games. So men's game coming up in about 32 minutes and 52 seconds. That's just an about. But they'll be taking on Nova Southeastern, so stay with us for that broadcast. You've been watching all these games on TampaSpartans.tv. So for Greg Praver, this is Jack Ike. Wayne McGee running camera. Thanks for joining us, and join us in about 30 minutes for the men's game.